Okay, we're starting again. So, show them the chart and label the emotions. Then, what do you think would be next?
To explain what we're going to do with the chart?
Yeah. Okay. Good. And then I think what we can put is the words that we're going to use to explain it.
Okay.
That will help us,
Yeah.
to explain. So, how do you think what words do you think that we should use?
Well, like frustrated. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you would tell them that, it's when when you can't figure out a project or when you're
Yeah.
trying to do something and you can't get it in there and
Yeah.
you just seem like you're getting mad, but you're frustrated.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Wonder if explain what we're gonna do with this chart, and then maybe we could say is that we're gonna that we all have different emotions. We all have different emotions. And I think another key thing might be good to put in is that feelings are not right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's because I think in life sometimes you pick
Yeah.
up that if you're mad, that's really bad, or, if you're frustrated, you shouldn't feel that way, But I think.
No, I think it's okay to be mad.
Exactly.
But the thing is how you handle being mad.
Exactly.
So,
Mm-hmm.
is explaining, I understand that you are mad,
Right.
but we can't hit our friend when we're mad at
Exactly.
our friend.
Mm-hmm.
We need to tell them that makes them mad.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so we all have different emotions, and that our emotions are neither right or wrong.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that's 2. And then 3. Because I think one thing that I think is important for
Oh,
them.
all those were 2?
Uh huh. I'll write this up for you.
There you
Okay.
go. All right,
I'll
3.
write it up for you. Because I think it's one thing, and also like our the learning objective is that you will work with the children daily, at meeting time, and so you give them the words, and I think also to help them to know the different emotions. Because I think that they have these feelings, but that they don't know what how to label.
Label, then yes.
Yeah.
So it's.
So so that's I think something that when we teach them how to use the feeling chart, and I think we also and that is by labeling their emotions. Yeah. Yeah. I'll put that in. Either right or wrong. Then, after we learn about our feelings, and then we show them the different pictures. Like, do you think we should show them like 3, or do you think we should show them all at once, or should we show a few at a time, or?
It might be good just to. Well, I mean, if we're introducing the chart at 1st, and then maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't enter the chart then until a few days later, because we could talk the first day about a couple of the emotions, the next day another couple emotions,
Okay.
and then talk about maybe we can just pick out, well, maybe 3 emotions one day and 3 emotions, and then introduce the chart that we're going to be starting the chart. Like we could do it Wednesday and then say we're going to start this chart on Monday.
Okay. So let's that's okay. We need to do that. That's a very good point. So what was that again that you were saying?
So like the first, like Monday, we would introduce 3.
Okay.
3 emotions.
There we go. Okay, so
So-
introduce 3 emotions at a time. Okay, so then let's see, introduce 3 emotions at a time. And then how are you going to introduce the emotions? Like, what words are you going to say? Excuse me. Because with the skill set rubric, it's really good. You put the words down just so you are very mindful of,
What you say.
Right.
So like with I mean, like, how would you want? I mean, what do you think would be the best way? Like, should we do like the ones that are similar, like frustrated, mad, sad? Maybe do all 3 of those. I mean, is that something that we should do, or kind of categories, or maybe the first couple emotions we should do is happy. I'm trying to figure out which 6 we should, because it sounds like we're gonna do 6
Right? Or
emotions.
yeah.
So if we did frustrated, mad, happy, sad,
Okay.
I guess lonely,
Yeah.
and loved.
Yeah.
I mean, or scared. Scared is one that
Scared is one because I think they do.
understand.
Yeah.
But that's kind of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So we're going to put scared.
Yeah, so 6.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
So we could talk more about, because first, happy is the one they're going to understand the most.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So maybe do happy, sad, and scared the first day, and then do
Okay.
frustrated, mad, and lonely the second day.
Okay, here we write that down. We'll do happy, sad, and scared the first day you said?
Happy, sad, scared, yes.
Okay.
Because those would be probably the ones that they would understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the first day.
And then frustrated.
Okay. Frustrated,
Mad,
mad.
and lonely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think those would definitely be, okay, so we'll put those for the first day, and then those would be the second day.
Now, the one that I would think, the lonely one would be the hard one to describe.
That would be a little bit, I think we do have some books on that we can get.
Okay.
And so we'll have to put that in the skill set rubric of what book, And I think also maybe we could explain that well, that when, that's a tough, we'll have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Because that is more of a difficult, more of a hard concept to explain.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I'm like, I mean, because it's harder, we're not really, yeah, that one's a hard one to explain. So.
Or let's see. Scared, sad. But I think that would be one that they might be able to, do you know what one way I was thinking? Is like, say the children have a hard time with separation.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that they're lonely
Uh-huh.
because they want to be with their mom.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
you
and that would help our friend Natalie. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That I mean, that we would need to relate it to something that we see. In the class.
Yes.
And I think another thought that I was thinking was like, when Vinny is playing with Avery and she's playing with something else, that he really wants her to be with him, all the time, you know. But and so I think the feeling that he's feeling is feeling lonely because he wants to be with her, and right at the point, you know, and that happens both ways too.
Right.
You know, it happens both ways that sometimes but I think the feeling that they're feeling is that they don't want to be by themselves. And I think that is something that you can explain, that lonely is kind of like being by yourself.
Okay.
Even though you're in a group,
You just feel like you're
you
by
know what
yourself.
I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, a lot of times, you know, people cannot be in, you know, if you're in a group, sometimes you're the most lonely.
Right.
In a way.
Right.
So I think what we can do is like have some examples like that, and not use their names, but you know, use it like
Like,
a
you know, when you want your
situation.
one friend to play with you and they don't want to play with you, sometimes that makes you feel lonely because you didn't have, you know, you don't have the friend that you wanted to play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, you know what, that's perfect. So that's what
Okay.
we're going to write down.
Okay.
Okay. So sometimes, you know, when you want your friend to play with you and they don't want to, you feel lonely. Or when, or another, you know, what I said before is like when your mom drops you off and you say goodbye. Do you think that that's a good example or not? What's your thought on that?
I don't know. I think this one's a good example with the friend.
Okay.
The friend.
Okay.
Because that one's more of their sad. Their mom's leaving, I think.
Okay.
That's more of their sad.
Okay. All right.
So.
That's a good point.
So.
Would you have another example, I wonder? Well, it would be hard to put in when somebody dies, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, there is a grief thing for kids, a website, and I'm going to go on that.
Okay.
And they probably will have some ideas on that.
Okay.
More of words, but I think right now we can go ahead and use those words.
Okay.
Yeah. For the lonely, and then the frustrated. What could we use for the frustrated?
Well, like, I'm trying to think of an example with our kids. When a friend, well, some of it is when they are trying to do something, they can't get it to work. I know that's a couple times with our kids.
Right.
You know, then when they're trying to put the puzzle together, but they cannot figure out
Yeah.
how to get all the pieces together, and they get frustrated and they get mad at the puzzle because they cannot figure out how to get those pieces in there.
That's a good example.
Or you know, or they get frustrated even with the my friend won't play with me, and they get frustrated even about that. When they get frustrated a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's when it's over toys. You know, like, you know, they get frustrated over the toy that they want to play with, and they cannot have that toy.
Right. So that would be a good example then.
Yeah.
So think about a time, you know, by frustrated, say, let's see. When you're putting a puzzle together, oh, that was another thing, to learning.
When your toy.
Okay.
When you want a toy
Okay.
that one of your friends has, or even, I think a lot of times frustration is when they want when they're
Ooh,
trying to do something
just
and
a
they
minute,
just
I
want.
gotta stop it.